So for the Bach minuet, I did change a couple of fingerings. There's a few places that I think it's easier to play an open D or A in place of the fourth finger that is printed. And that's okay with Bach and Baroque music. It's okay to have that open string sound. The fingering that's printed is absolutely fine. You can do it, but I found it easier and in a way sometimes prettier to use the open string, but that's up to you. The other thing I was going to say is notice in measure 35, the third line, third measure, they have a slur from that low B to the high D. You can't really slur it, so you need to kind of hook it, but make it as smooth as you can. Also, I changed the bowing in the last measure because an up just sounds a little nicer. Also notice the marking mesto under the first measure. That means sad or melancholy. So this piece goes a little bit slower than a typical minuet. So with the minuets, just a couple of comments. I think there's a misprint with the bowing. If you look in measure 3, see the F to the D are slurred together. Then if you look down to measure 43, which is the third line, about the fifth measure in, it's exactly the same place and it's not slurred. And I think that's just a misprint, so I slurred those because I feel like that's probably meant to be. I also changed the bowing in the very last line. It's marked as a loure. Those are all slurred, hooked together. I just feel like that's not really stylistic for Bach, and so I chose to play separate bows, but still smoothly connected. Of course, you can do the bowing that's printed, and it works fine. Those are just my personal choices. I also changed the ending, the bowing in the next to the last measure, but it's a small change, and again, you can do the bowings that are printed, and they work perfectly well.